Right, guys, been a long time, I think about 2 years.
It's been a long, long time. We've both been busy, haven't we?
About 2 years, but I keep putting photographs up of this on social media with these and all the rest of them, and everyone keeps hammering us with what's happening to your channel. Truth of it is, life got in the way. I'm due a baby on December, and I think you...
I'm due a baby?
You shouldn't be here, should you?
No, my missus is due now, so it's been tough, hasn't it?
Anyway, priorities and all that. So, what's been happening? We've had too many cars to really go into depth. We'll be here all day.
A lot's changed, hasn't it?
A lot. But what we've got now, strangely enough, we're always in competition. My car's better than yours, etc., etc. Now, for the first time in history, we've both got the same car.
Both got Cosies, yeah.
Both got Cosies.
Both got V8s.
Both got V8 M3s. So, I've brought mine today to GM Imports, along with the BMs and all these other cars you see. Brought them here to put them on the rolling road, see how the old things is running. So
I know what's coming next.
Put this one on. I bought my M3 as well. And well, I put a lot of time and work into Usher's Cosy on, was it Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah, got wet, flat and detail, wasn't it?
Wet vac, fully detailed, looked amazing. I'll put some pictures in for you now. You know what though? I can't, where is it?
Well, I think personally what's happening is a little bit of sabotage. Obviously, Dan's been sweating, thinking my car might make slightly more power. My car's always worked fine, the Cosy. I've never had a problem with it. I dropped it off to Dan for 1 day. I get it back, clutch cable snaps. I think he's been in there with a razor blade, but that's up to you guys to decide. But unfortunately, my Cosworth decided not to come here today, so I couldn't bring it. Obviously, the trusty BM got me here, but the real car I wanted to bring, unfortunately, is a pile of shit and it's not working.
The truth of it is, me car stereo's got more power than his, because he
so
wouldn't want it on there anyway.
My car is lacking a little bit, but obviously, first of all, thanks to GM Imports for letting us do the roll and road day today. It's not just a normal roll and road day. Obviously, with a Sapphire Cosworth, it's actually a survival day. It's not who makes the power, it's who makes it home. That's the most important thing. I think all cars have been good today, haven't they?
So far, yeah. Obviously, we're going to put some clips in of the cars on the rollers. We'll show you the results at the end, but it's been a good day, really good day. So I think we've got more to come as well. There's plenty more.
It's good to be back, isn't it? Like, I think up in the northeast, like there's some mint lads up here, and the way all of our pals are with the Cosworths, we've got a really good group of guys and girls, and everybody loves the cars. So I think realistically we're going to try and focus not totally on the Cosworth stuff, but we're going to try and put more of it in, because to be fair, I think there's a lot of cars here that people need to see. 100%, 100%.
So that's the purpose of today. Get these on the rollers. Hopefully they'll all make it and hopefully drive home. Putting these on, be interesting with these, because the red one, that's mine. Although I had to tell my lass it was sort of hers, so I could buy it. Yeah, but anyway, should be fine. So the red one is totally standard, apart from a slight exhaust mod. It's got a mod stock 2.
Mod stock 2, yeah.
Mod stock 2 exhaust on it, and it's got some splitter and a lovely here, big wing at the back.
I think they've all got them.
This one, a little bit more nuts.
It's supposed to be A-Reeve Stage 2, this one. Secondary D cat's out, a Miltech cat back, and obviously is supposed to be run a tune as well. Sometimes the roll and road figures, obviously not looking to pick anybody out, can be slightly over-exaggerated. This is supposed to be 440, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be running quite a bit less. I think we were saying earlier, the V8s, when they're actually roll and roaded, tend to make less power than what a quarter, than make like 380, 390.
Which is strange for BMW, they normally underestimate, but apparently a half decent one of these will do 380, 390 brake. And obviously this one's had work done to it. Exhaust, D-cat, other bits. Your brakes are sexy as fuck.
Yes, they are nice, aren't they? The brakes are nice.
2 very rare colours as well.
Without doubt.
Not that affects the power, but a Melbourne red and a darker yellow. Good cars. So anyway, we're going to get these on. We'll get some videos up with them. We'll see what they make, and we'll touch base in a bit.
It's good to be back.
Right, so this one's mine. You will have seen this when we've done the videos a few years ago. I think I've had the car 3.5 years now. I swapped my old RS4 for it. It might look similar, but I've changed pretty much everything. So I'll give you a run through of the upgrades. I'll start under the bonnet. So it was running a T3 turbo. T3 turbo with green injectors, which is what they'd call a stage 3. So now, what have I changed? Got a wasted spark conversion. Got a T30 4.63 turbo on there. That was done by CR Turbos. Got the Siemens 55-pound injectors there. Basically a full setup to make north of 350 horsepower, fingers crossed. I haven't really had that many issues with it. The biggest problem I've had was me. I've done a clean underneath the car with, you might have seen in Adam Smith, I've got this fancy machine that goes under, cleans the underside, and the car didn't start for about 8 months. So, problems. Spent about £2.5 grand on new engine harness and new, that's when I changed the injectors, I changed every sensor I could think of or every sensor I could see. And then in the end, Paul Linfoot said if you tried a map sensor, turns out that stupid fucking machine underneath wiped out my map sensor. £2.5 grand to discover I had an 80 quid fault. So I plugged that in, it was back on the road. What else? It's seen a gearbox, or it's seen two gearboxes. Other than that, it's been a good car. It goes well, pulls strong. I think it's running about 27 psi of boost. MSD, they sent us a off-the-shelf chip, to be honest with you, but it's ran fine ever since. I'll show you inside. It's still pretty mint in there. I've got an RS 4-spoke steering wheel. I've just had that all refurbished. I've got the EM air fuel ratio gauge. Got a DTM monitor. They're brilliant. I'll mention more about that in a later episode. And then I've just had all the 3 gauges put in up there as well as stack gauges. It's even running a bit of Bluetooth, she is, but no, it's good, drives nice. Hydraulic clutch conversion as well, forgot about that one. There's probably tons of other things I forgot. I've got the likes of these, I'm just getting these AP 6-pot calipers with 335mm discs on different comp motives. I've got the THs on there now. It used to have the Compo 6s. And that's about it really. Took some money, mainly cleaning the underside up and that, because that was absolutely rotten, by the way, which I'll put photos into that. But turns out someone in its early life had filled it with a bit of filler, so I've had to get that rectified as well, had the bodywork done. It's a good car, favourite car of all of them, probably the best car I've ever owned, to me, personally. Although best's probably a bit harsh, it's my favourite car I've owned, favourite car. Yeah, that's about it.
Now folks, moving on to the faster vehicle. This car's known in circles as Trigger's broom. And I'm going to tell you why. It's had 3 gearboxes in it in 3 days. Blame that man over there hiding with the glasses on. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the Siemens injectors, we've got the T36 turbo, we've got all this beautiful chrome and paintwork, and it's just lovely. It's just lovely, it makes you feel young, as I'm sure you'll agree, Dan. This one being faster than Dan's, he's not quite happy about that, but what can you do? But inside, it's as you should be.
Another one to the collection, very well known car this one, Tony's.
My favourite car
this thing is absolutely stunning. It looks like a proper showpiece. You'd think this thing was wrapped in a bubble, never used, never driven. It's probably, and I think Usher will agree, you probably won't hear him back there, probably the hardest driven Sierra Cosworth out of all of them. Every one of these, this thing gets some shit. I've done a baby gender reveal and Tony quickly volunteered to do some donuts and burnouts, and that's before I told him it was for a gender reveal. He loves it, he lives for it.
Do you have any clips for that?
I do have some clips for that, yes, I do. So, you know, it's honestly the way it gets driven. I love it. It's the way they were built to be driven. It's a hell of a car. It's an amazing bit of kit, straight as a die. And he's had this thing for 17 years. He's changed out. He's, other than tyres and brake discs and brake pads, it's needed nothing, this car. 17 years have been started, hammered, burnouts, drifts, you name it, and it's just took it. It's a proper bit of kit, and it's as clean as a whistle. There she is, the legend herself. So yep, Siemens injectors, T34 turbo, 500 cooler, usual bits, all basically the same setup as mine. But I'll tell you what, it is unbelievably quick, by the way. It's a fast car. So that's another one for the rollers today.
So this is our next one. Personally, a good friend of mine, and I absolutely love this car. It's probably my favourite car here today. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that it gets down the road. Phenomenal build as well. 75-pound injectors, T38 turbo, fully forged motor as well. Quiff, rear differential. And out of all the cars here today, what I will say about this one is the way it gets down the road is completely different to every other car, and the way that it comes on boost. Unfortunately, I've lost to this car on many occasions and have yet to get anywhere near it. As you can see, obviously, Raceline RS7 wheels. I think they're wrapped in 88Rs. What?
RL7.
Oh, RL7s.
Oh, 72-pound injectors.
72-pound injectors. By the way, I'm just hanging on for dear life here. These guys are telling me the specs of the cars and it's difficult to take it all in. But the bodywork on the car as well, obviously, everybody appreciates a Cosworth, especially a clean one. Clean Cosworths are hard to come by now. The panels on this car are so straight, so level. It's just such a nice thing. Power-wise, we estimate this to probably be the quickest car here today, I would have thought. I would have guessed with the setup, what do you think, Dan? 420, 430 maybe?